Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa atiullah wa atiur Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. And always a reminder for myself, ana abdukal ajiz wa da'if wa miskeen wa zalim jahad. But for the grace of Allah that we are still in existence. Alhamdulillah that Allah give us a life in which to see the holy month of Safar. And inshaAllah inshaAllah we go through the Shams al-Arifin, the 12 months, and this is the second lunar month, the month of Safar. And 9 times 2 is 18, and this month opens up the reality of 18. The 18th name of Allah Al-Fatah, and the 18th name of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulul Rahmah. So it means Allah's look of realities for Al-Fatah and opening is Nabi Rahmah, that these two names open up an immense reality that opens within the reality of the heart, and that Allah when He open the reality of Rahmah, it's the reality of Sayyidina Muhammad. And this is the month of Safar, which is the month of Surat al-Kahf, and Surat al-Kahf is the month of the cave. So in this way of Arifin and the opening of Muharram, stepping into the oceans of leaving badness and bad character, bad desires towards the oceans of Allah's rahmah and mercy, and then from the secret within Muharram opening into the divine cave. And that is the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad, that for every reality to open of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, first the understanding has to be for A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. So it means our life is based on that clear understanding of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Before a servant can reach anything from the oceans of reality that happen from Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, it's every opening is in that ocean of Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But as we're entering into this cave, then a reminder from awliyaullah is the secret of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, is that our whole life is about seeking refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan and his minions and however he's dominating this earth. And that's why the running to the cave. So this has to be clear at this month. When Allah asking us, Haji Shahid, is Surah 18 verse 16. InshaAllah we'll recite Ayatul Kareem from Surah Al-Kahf when Allah is describing that run to this cave.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ اعتزلتموهم وما يعبدون إلا الله فأووا إلى الكهف ينشر لكم ربكم من الرحمة ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويهيي لكم من أمركم مرفقا صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Sadaqallahu al-Azim wa barak Rasul Kareem. This is the secret of A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. That when Allah is asking, and the youth said to themselves that, and when you have withdrawn from them and that which they worship other than Allah, and the youth of that time were from believers, and the evilness of the king came against and said that you have to believe what we believe. And they felt had they stayed any longer in that presence, their belief would have been tormented and flipped into demonic belief. And now every believer feels that on earth now and will be increasing, because the Dajjal system is in place and the Dajjalic and demonic system is going to bring everybody into its fold, and everything that they push upon people, it's not for what it appears to be, it's for the demonic entity and the demonic beings to overtake insan and govern this earth. What they believe is the apex of their ruling. So as they're planning for this earth and inoculating people to accept their presence, otherwise most people will die from the sickness of their presence, they want to govern this earth in its totality. And the believer and the believing servants of Allah know that they face no choice under this dominion, and the only choice they have is if they run inside their cave, and that if they knowingly make a choice that, Ya Rabbi, I know what they're doing, I know what this demonic system is trying to empower and impose its belief, and we are now in a phase of extreme oppression. When they implement what they want to implement and force what they want to concerns are, then becomes even more important in these days. That when Allah is saying that when they were faced with this belief and faced with this evil empire, that they had to withdraw, and they other than what Allah, they had to retreat to the cave. And as a result of retreating to the cave, your Lord will spread out for you of His mercy, and He will prepare for you for your affairs and facilitate everything for you. This is an immense reality in these days. When Allah is being asked and people are praying, Ya Rabbi, what are we to do with all of these oppressions that Dajjal is putting upon? And Allah then reminds us in this month of Safar is more important than anything is that run to the cave. Ya Rabbi, I'm seeking refuge in those whom You have granted Your refuge. A'udhu billah, as I'm seeking refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan. And where's Allah's refuge? So anyone who's tuning in knew, where is Allah's refuge? It's not in you, for had you had the refuge of Allah you wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing, and you could walk on water and every prayer would be accepted by the Divinely Presence. So they will come to remind us the refuge of Allah is in the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad, the only servant of Allah in complete servanthood. Every Prophet falls short, every angel falls short, every servant falls short of that perfection, and Son Kamil and the perfected being and the perfected servant of Allah is Sayyidina Muhammad.